Hi, it's Johnny, and tonight I'm going to do Express Yourself from the 1989 MTV Awards. I know this song pretty well. Like, if I was going to reach back to 80s Madonna, this is definitely one that would sort of come up. I've heard this performance talked up as being quite an iconic one. Hopefully I can work out why. With the Vogue one, it's pretty obvious what was going on. There was a lot I missed. Like, I didn't really know about the voguing scene and all the gay references, but you could tell that was something special. Let's see what happens with this. I'm excited. We'll talk afterwards. It's like 6 minutes long as well.
You believe in love? 'Cause I got something to say about it. And it goes something like this. Don't go for second best, baby. Put your love through the test.
Listen to the crowd, man.
You got to make him express how it feels. And baby, then you know your love is real.
Great move, classic.
Don't need diamond rings or 18-karat gold. Fancy cars that go very fast, you know they never last, no. What you need is a big strong hand to lift you to your higher ground. Make you feel like a queen on the throne. Make you love you till you can't come down. Don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you
Tell me about those two women.
make him express how it feels. And baby, then you know your love is real. Long stem roses all the way to your heart, but he needs to start with your head. Satin sheets are very romantic, but happens when you're not in bed. You deserve the best in life, so if the time isn't right, then move on. Second best is never enough. You do much better, baby, on your own. Don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you got to make him express how it feels. And baby, then you know your love is real. Express yourself. You've got to make him express
Oh, this is so good.
Hey. So if you want it,
It just clicked for me then.
they can show you how. Express what he's got. Oh, baby,
Picking a coat up.
don't go for second best, baby.
It's that Bella Young coming through.
To the test. You know you got to make him express how it feels. And baby, then you know your love is real. Express yourself. You've got to make him express himself. Hey. So if you want it right now, make him show you how. Express what he's got. Oh baby, ready or not.
Amazing. That move is so good.
What you need is a big strong hand to lift you to your
don't remember this bit of the song at all.
Try to carry on, but it just won't get it. He'll be back on his knees, so please don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you got to make him express how he feels, and baby, then you know your love is real. Express yourself. You got to make him express himself. Hey, 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 hey.
How long is this? This is just never going to stop. And the way she kicks it off the stage at the end.
Yeah.
Surely there was no one better. I don't really know how to digest that or talk about the dancing. I'm likely to go back and watch a lot of those clips again with you. It was just non-stop. It was from one thing to the next. First of all, before I forget, the two ladies dancing with her and singing, you've got to talk to me about them. I'm sure there's like a big place for them in Madonna history. Fill me in, fill me in. There are so many words to describe that performance that pop into my head. I mean, obviously, it's very, female empowering. That's the whole point of the song, I think. It starts with like, come on girls, and it's all about express yourself, don't go for second best. Like, it's obviously a female empowerment thing. And it just plays around with all these contradictions. So she comes on in a suit jacket, and then that comes off, and there's something more obviously feminine under that. Some of the moves look like ballet, but very aggressive. And then there were kind of sensual, slow moves in there, but then she'll also just like vigorously grab her crotch. Like, it was just, I don't know, it was like, how many contradictions, how many different ways of expressing myself, light bulb, can I put out there? Anyway, enough talk. Elvis Costello once said something like, writing about music is like dancing about architecture, and I think talking about dancing is just as pointless. Let's go back and just watch vast chunks of this again, and I'll talk through what I'm amazed by and what maybe you can fill me in on. So right to the intro. First of all, the crowd is so into it. And that silhouette thing, that must have been done before. Maybe not. Super iconic. Super iconic. And this is before Vogue. So I wonder if some of those dance moves and some of the ones later were like precursors to Vogue, possibly. The crowd are so into it, that's how you know you've got a superstar on stage. They can't contain themselves. Now about this look, and I don't just mean the outfit, that is weirdly iconic, even though I've never seen that before. That feels like a super famous image, but I don't know if it is. I don't think I've ever seen someone with that exact combination of stuff happening, and it works so well. We've got like a business suit jacket, but with maybe a big gold chain going down the middle of it. We've got big red lips, huge like dark eyebrows, dyed blonde hair. It's feminine and masculine at the same time. It's all there in that package, isn't it? It's more than I've got words to describe, but there's a lot going on there, I'm sure. Backing dancers, fantastic. And backing singers too, I should say. This is such a weird move as well. I like it. They're doing basically everything she's doing. Oh, this was it. Alright, this is the bit I laughed at when she picks up the coats. That's because when I did that Sooner or Later Oscar performance, she picks up that first scarf in a really funny way. Like, she really obviously leans over to get it. And this was before that, wasn't it? There's something about that choice of how they do it that just cracks me up. I think it's brilliant.
So if you want it right now, they can show you how. Express what he's got. Oh, baby,
It's great. Anyone else? Is it just me? And this is her moment in the spotlight. It's so aggressive, and then yeah, that's the kick thing.
don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you got to make him express how he feels. And baby, then you know your love is real. Express yourself. You've got to make it.
I think some of those vocals must be live.
Hey, 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 hey. So if you want it right now, make him show you.
But maybe not, maybe not.
Express what he's got.
Alright, so here comes the mic in the cleavage, grabbing the crotch bit. I always say after these performances, like, was everyone talking about this in school the next day? I bet there were, and it's just the obvious bits that are just going to trigger people. If she didn't do this, it would still be just as iconic a performance, just as great. But I bet, even though it's 33 years later, 34 years later, put myself back to thinking about what the early 90s, what the late 80s would have been like. I mean, I was 9 at the time, so I don't know all about the political climate and the censorship and everything, but I know things are pretty straight-laced in America, you know? Probably in England too. So 3 women on stage, grabbing the crotches, and not just grabbing, I'm pretty sure we're using a middle finger here, but let's have a look. It is so shocking. Not to me, but like, I can imagine my mum watching this. I wouldn't have had this on, I wouldn't think, but I can imagine the TV would have got turned off. I'd have been 9, channel change, nope, you're not having Madonna anymore.
Baby, ready or not.
I mean, she actually did it. It's so great. And then these are the Vogue poses.
What you need is a big strong hand to lift you to your higher ground.
And this bit I'm about to play is not really about the performance or the dancing or anything like that. It's more about just how great the song is that I'd forgotten. I don't remember this melody or this section of it at all. What I'm doing now, by the way, is watching the whole video a second time and just pausing at the good bits, but I'm going to chop out all the bits where nothing really happens that I want to talk about. So here's a cool music bit that I loved.
Make him love you till you can't come down. And when you're gone, he might regret it. Think about the love he once had. Try to carry on, but he just won't get it. He'll be back on his knees, so please don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you got to make him express how he feels. And baby, then you know your love is real. Express yourself. You got to make him.
I've never seen so much energy.
Hey, hey, hey,
It's-
hey. So if you want it right now, make it show
Absolute
you
force of
how.
nature. Force of
Express
nature.
what he's got. Oh, baby, ready or not, express yourself. Express yourself. Hey, hey.
And it almost feels a shame that she's got to go to the steps and be centre stage, because her and those other 2 have done such an incredible job together. They've done it together as a 3, so it feels a bit odd that she goes up to the top. I know she's the star, but something about it, I was like, oh, why can't they go up with her? But there's a very cool bit at the end that I've just remembered where she kicks the blazer off the stage. You know, she's got all the adulation and she's like, fuck it. She respects the ceremony massively. She respects the audience massively, or she wouldn't have put all the effort in and done that. But at the same time, it's like, well, that's done. Kick the blazer off the stage, on to the next thing.
Express yourself.
Boom! Kick it off. Was that in time with her throwing her coat too?
Express yourself.
Was even that in time? It fucking was. I didn't realise she'd timed her kick with the other two throwing their coats away. I thought it was more spontaneous than that, but it doesn't matter. That still looked so cool. I hope you don't mind me replaying it and stopping starting loads. It'll take a lot longer to edit, believe me, but I think it's worth it because I was just waffling before and there's no point talking about something that I don't really have the words for. Alright, that's it. I think I've got nothing more to say. I think it defies words anyway. That's one that just gets you straight in the gut. It's visceral, it's powerful. There's never been anyone before or since that could embody that many things all at once in a 5-minute performance. I just think it's genius, absolute genius. I know we've been doing a lot of like more obviously cerebral stuff like American Life and Ray of Light and stuff, but there's something to be said for getting back to prime like late 80s, early 90s Madonna, you know, where the dancing is just as important as the singing, the music. It's the whole package and you can dance to it too. She would eat him alive. Basically sex noises here, right?